This was just supposed to be a quick video to come out before New Year's, but I got a new setup, had to relearn how to edit, then my roommate got sick, then I got sick. But it's here now, and that's the important thing. So, surprise, surprise, I've been rewatching some Unicorn of War videos, and there was something said about Moon Stella in a bob cut. Now, if there's two things I'm a sucker for, it's moon princesses and cute girls in short hair. But that was said about Stella from Fate the Winx Saga, and I hate Fate. I get so mad thinking about that show. I'm probably never going to do a video on it because it would just be me screeching incoherently about how it wasn't enough to exclude Roxy. They also just had to get rid of Tecna. And don't even get me started on the flora of it all. Oh my god. That's not what this video is about. Give me a second. Alright. I've calmed down, I've had a little tea. Let's get back to why we're here. I just wanted to do a slight redesign of Stella with shorter hair and significantly more blue in her wardrobe. I've always loved Stella. She's the Winx Club member that I could just always identify with the easiest. Especially as I got older, a lot of her struggles really resonated with me. Issues about how she's perceived by others and how that's connected to her self-worth, as well as the wounds she's carrying around from her parents' divorce. I feel like Moon Stella would just more or less be the exact same Stella that we know and love, just with a slightly different approach to her social life. She's still the sun and moon fairy, she's just a little more overt about her moon side. Moon Stella would be a bit closer to her mother than her father, slightly less impulsive, and a bit more calculating. She's got a slightly more gentle nature to her and is a bit more cautious when it comes to matters of the heart. Which is one of the reasons why I feel like this version of Stella wouldn't work in the actual show. The reason why Winx Club really works is because they've all got their own individual personalities, and I feel like a more sensitive Stella would hit a lot of the same story beats that Flora does. And Flora already does not get nearly enough time to shine, like me over here just #1 Flora simp, but still, it's a valid point. This version of Stella wouldn't really get together with Brandon until towards the end of season 2, because Moon Stella has a lot of internalized heartache from watching her parents' marriage fail. So even though she's a flirty person, she's still very wary of getting into actual relationships. And that just kind of steps on the whole Flora-Helia situation. And Helia contributes so little to the plot already, let's not take that away from him. I also feel like Moon Stella would bring a lot less comedy and more unfun drama to the table than original Stella. For example, instead of pretending that Bloom is someone else just to sneak her into Althea, Moon Stella would probably be like, "Hey, it's not normal for a fairy to be on Earth. Let's go talk to my headmistress at my school. She'll probably know what's going on." And then when she does bring drama to the friend group, it's the unfun kind. Like, it would probably take her 3 times as long to warm up to Aisha, and that would just be frustrating to watch. Something I do think Moon Stella would handle better than Canon Stella is the Musa Riven situation. Instead of just trying to randomly set Musa up with someone else, she would probably be like, "Hey, let's go shopping, just have some you and me bonding time." And then she would slowly bring it up like, "Hey, I get that you two really like each other, but it seems like you're doing some lasting emotional damage to one another, and it might be healthy just to take a step back from this relationship and really figure out what you want." I just feel like she would have a slightly more gentle and a tad bit more maternal approach, and I think that Musa would have initially been hurt by it, that the day out was just to be confronted about her relationship, but eventually she would have responded really well to that, I think. I don't know, am I crazy? Does that make sense? I also feel like she would be really insistent on Bloom breaking up with Sky for similar reasons. Even if he was hiding the fact that he was royalty for his own protection, he should have been very upfront about the fact that he had a fiance. Those are two completely separate issues. Like, hey, I'm already involved with somebody, and hey, I'm a prince from another planet. I know the writers aren't really intending to write him as a bad person, but it's hard to ignore what happens on screen, especially when you grow up and realize how big of a red flag that actually is. Welcome to my channel, where every Winx Club video is just pretext for me to trash talk Riven and Sky. One of my goals for designing these outfits was for it to look like something Stella would actually wear. I know I keep saying it, but to me, Moon Stella is just regular Stella on a slightly different path. Even if she's got a slightly toned down approach to her social life, her fashion is still constantly at an 11. So first up, we have the first outfit that we ever see her in the show, her classic Magic Winx outfit. The colors are basically just inverted from the original, and if you look closely, you can see my obsession with Sailor Moon seeping in. Then we have Charmix. Not too much to say about this one. It's not horribly different from Magic Winx, though I will say I love Charmix and it doesn't get enough appreciation. Then we have what I've always called her princess outfit. I absolutely adore this outfit. The only problem I have with the original is the fact that, it's got so much orange in it. But that's actually another point against Moon Stella as far as her fitting into the original show. Like, original Stella, I'm not a fan of orange, but her warm color palette does a lot to help the way the rest of the girls are styled. They really work together as an ensemble well because they've all got a lot of different stuff going on with their color palettes. Then we have her everyday outfits, just what she would be wearing around Althea and Magix. Then we have her second casual outfit, heavily inspired by her Season 1 outfit. Her Season 1 dance outfit, I just love the original. I wanted to keep a lot of the elements from it alive in this redesign, while still having more blue and changing a little bit of the silhouette. And just because she said she would never, here's Stella as a witch. I was really torn with what to do for the hair for Enchantix because I love Stella with long hair and I wanted to do kind of a callback to her original low-set ponytails. But then I thought, make it even shorter. So here's two versions. It doesn't make sense that they all constantly have long hair anyway. They have magic. They can just change it to whatever they want, whenever they want. Well, that's pretty much it for Moon Stella. And normally I try and have a funny picture at the end of my videos, but instead today I have 5 versions of the same picture. It's just a admittedly low quality redraw of an old meme. But I made myself laugh really hard while I was drawing this, so hopefully somebody out there gets just as much out of them. When you start getting written like a Mary Sue for no reason. When they just straight up write you out of the show. When someone says a kindness spell could be good for me. When someone says not today, Roxy, to me. When the good decision spell finally kicks in and you start demanding better love interests.